Where the money, no, 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 no. Money alone, we make money rush, rush like Indomie, Indomie. Supposedly you're worry. Baby, so much to say is I'm naughty. I'm not even gonna lie, yeah. When I heard Burna Boy say we're making money rush like Indomie, oh my god. That's what you call bars. I swear down, that's actually what you call bars. No one's gonna tell me Burna Boy the way this artist is nothing right now, and I'm not trying to hear anything else, man. It's wavy. So yeah, so hello people. It's crazy, you know. I do feel a little bit guilty. I've not been here for a while. I've not uploaded the video for a while. Apologies if things have been getting in the way. I've been mad busy. I'm not gonna make excuses though. I should have been more on point with the videos and that. So yeah, do forgive me. I'm gonna try and make up to you lot in one way or another. Back with another fragrance video. Now this is a fragrance in which the original has quite a lot of flankers. Again, this is one of my more popular fragrances. I've used this term before. If I had to keep 5 fragrances and bin the rest, this stays in. Potentially, if I could only keep 3, this stays in. One of my most favorite fragrances, one of my easy grab fragrances, depending on what occasion I'm going for. If I'm going for a specific occasion, this is the sort of fragrance I wear or go for when I don't want to think too much. And this is the fragrance Jean Paul Gaultier Ultra Male. This fragrance is a very, very sweet fragrance. This is a fragrance I feel is, to be fair, amongst a lot of people my age, again, this might be because a lot of people around my age aren't really into fragrances the way I am. It's a fragrance a lot of people don't seem to talk about. I do not know why. But again, this is one of my more popular fragrances. This is one of my more favorite fragrances. This fragrance smells so great. To make it real brief, this is a very, very sweet fragrance. Some of the notes that I included: vanilla, cinnamon, cumin, pear. I won't go through all the notes verbally. I'll list the main notes below because there are a crazy amount of notes in this fragrance. But to keep it real brief, all in all, this is a very, very sweet. It's a sweet fragrance. Yeah, the original fragrance is which got the Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male. This is what the bottle looks like. So this is the original, and this is Ultra Male. This is Le Male. Le Male is the original. In my opinion, with a lot of flankers, usually you can sort of see the similarities. I don't really see many similarities in between these two fragrances, if I'm being perfectly honest. One thing I will say is that I do personally think this fragrance is so much better than this one. This might be me showing my age, as this fragrance itself is older than me. I mean, this fragrance was out before I was even born, so this might be me showing my age, but I feel this fragrance is so much better. Yeah, I bought this fragrance on the plane when I was going on holiday, and I remember I smelled this fragrance. It must have been about maybe 2-3 weeks coming back from my holiday, and I said, yeah, had I known about this fragrance, I wouldn't have bought this one. I feel this one smells so much better, and again, as I said, it may be this may just be me showing my age because this is a fragrance that's older than me in itself. What do you get when you first smell this fragrance? First thing I'll say, yeah, it's a very, very well. Let me sneeze for a second. Oh god. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. First thing you get, first thing you get is a very, very, very sweet fragrance. You get the vanilla straight away. I do feel you get a hint of the pear as well. It's been said that there isn't that much pear in the fragrance, but maybe because I believe this is the only fragrance I own which has pear in it. Maybe that's why I feel I can smell the pear somewhat straight away when I spray this fragrance. Again, it's a very, very, very sweet fragrance. It's very sweet, but then the more you let it settle down, the sweetness is, I don't want to say dumbed down, because it still stays very sweet throughout the life of the fragrance. But the sweetness is not as pungent, if you understand what I'm trying to say. It becomes a little bit more mellow the longer you have it on your skin. However, it still stays very sweet. So for these reasons, I believe this is why it's seen as a clubbing fragrance. If you've seen any other reviews or whatever, a lot of people class it as a clubbing fragrance, and I think I agree with it. It's an attention grabber. It's a fragrance that's very sweet, so it grabs attention. You know, it's not necessarily the sort of fragrance you wear to church or a funeral or in the office. It's a sweet fragrance, and it's an attention grabber. So in situations in which you're not necessarily trying to be center of attention and you just want to maybe just smell pleasant, this is not necessarily the fragrance you go to or try and wear. In regards to longevity, this again is a fragrance that lasts very long. I believe we're getting close to on my skin anyway, you're getting close to the double figures in regards to how long it lasts. Maybe a little bit longer. Of course, it depends on what do you call it, body temperature and so forth. On some people's skin will last a little bit longer. I mean, me personally, I'm a very hot guy, I get hot easily. I do feel sometimes because I get very hot, fragrances do tend to evaporate off my skin a little bit quicker than others. But nonetheless, this isn't the sort of fragrance that you buy and then you think, you know what, I'm worried it's not going to last long enough. This is a fragrance that's going to last very long on your skin. You know, I've seen some people say 12 hours, 10 hours and so forth. I've not seen anyone complain about the longevity of this fragrance. It's also a fragrance that I feel projects very, very well as well. This is another reason that makes it a very good clubbing fragrance. As I said, in situations where you want to grab attention, in situations where you want people to be able to smell you, projection is something that's very important. So in a clubbing situation, that's essentially what you may want. When looking at compliments, this is a fragrance that in which I feel it's definitely a crowd pleaser. I feel it's definitely I feel it's a mass appealing fragrance. May not necessarily be Dior Sauvage mass appealing or Bleu de Chanel mass appealing, but nonetheless it's still a very mass appealing fragrance. I feel women love this fragrance. I've gained compliments from this fragrance quite a bit when I wear it. It's a very, very, very pleasing scent. One thing I will say though is if you do catch women that aren't too fond of this fragrance, it's not because they don't like the fragrance. It usually tends to be because they feel it's a little bit too sweet, so then they feel it's not masculine enough for a man to be wearing. Nonetheless, I'm confident in myself. I like the fragrance. I know a lot of people that do like the fragrance, so I still wear it anyway. I wouldn't say this is a feminine fragrance. It's not it's although it's marketed as a male fragrance, I do feel it can get away with being unisex, but I do not feel it's a fragrance in which a man should be scared to wear. However, it's not the most masculine fragrance out there. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It's not a fragrance in which you would smell and be like, oh yeah, that's definitely a man's fragrance. You know, it's a very, very sweet fragrance. I feel the pear in particular, which is used in a lot of women's fragrances, I don't feel it's used as much in this day and age, but it's used in women's fragrances, is what gives it its slight feminine touch, and I feel that's what may make so I feel the pear combined with the really sweet notes such as the vanilla and so forth is what may give it the vibe that it may be a little bit too sweet for a man, for some women. Again, for some women. So don't be put off by that. I would say nonetheless go and get this tested out yourself, see what you think about the fragrance yourself, because as I said, I love this fragrance. If I can only keep 5 of my fragrances, this definitely stays. I love this fragrance. And now in terms of price, this bottle I believe is for 125 ml, you're looking at about 71, 72 pounds retail price, and for 75 ml you're looking at about 52, 53 pounds retail price, which to be fair, that's pretty decent. You do tend to get a lot of designer fragrances for 100 ml that are more expensive than this bottle at 125 ml. So to be fair, I think that's a pretty good price. It's a very good fragrance as well. As I said, I feel in general a lot of people tend to like it. So it's not the sort of fragrance I feel you'd be disappointed with. Of course, smell it first to make sure you like it. But I mean, in regards to price, no one can complain about the price. You can't say this fragrance is too expensive. You know what I'm saying? At about 70 pounds for 125 ml, you can't complain about the price. So I feel in regards to price, they're doing pretty well. So yeah, to wrap this up, very, very sweet fragrance. Seen as a clubbing fragrance, I feel is one of the best designer clubbing fragrances out there right now. It's not outdated, for example, like 1 million or so forth. It's still very much in date. Very sweet, so of course, I wouldn't advise wearing it in scenarios in which you're not intending to grab a lot of attention, as this is a big attention grabber. I've heard some people say this is a summer fragrance. I don't necessarily see that. I think maybe it's a little bit too sweet for a summer fragrance. Of course, when it does mellow down, I do understand why some people may wear it in the summer, but in general, I feel it's a little bit more suited to maybe winter and autumn and winter. Nonetheless, you're not committing the biggest of crimes by wearing this in the slightly hotter weather. Yeah. yeah, I would say this is more suitable for the younger man. So I wouldn't really necessarily see anyone over the age of 35, 40 wearing this. Some people might say that's a little bit too old. It's got a little bit of a younger touch. I would say Lamel, however you want to pronounce it, is maybe a little bit more suited for the older man, but that might be just because guys that were 25 back then will be, I don't know, 45, 50 now. So it may be a little bit suited for them. I forgot to say before, I really do love the presentation as well. Presentation is pretty good. I've loved a lot all the what do you call it, Jean-Paul Gaultier Mel presentation on the bottles. As you can see, it's a man's torso. Some may say it's a little bit too explicit, but I love it. No homo. I think it's really good. Again, as I said, price is really good. Performance is nothing you need to worry about in regards to how long it's going to last, and projection, both very, 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 very good. So yeah, if you really like your sweet fragrances, I'll say definitely go and give this a try. Even if you're not too fond of sweet fragrances, do give it a try. I love this fragrance. This might be my bias talking right now, but I really love this fragrance. So go and get it tested and see what you think about this fragrance. As that's a wrap. I do want to be more consistent. I've just had a very, very, very busy period over the last month or so, but I do really want to be a bit more consistent. So let me know if there are any fragrances you do want me to review. I'm gonna try and get my hands on some more niche fragrances and cheaper designer fragrances as well. I've got some niche ones I do want to review. I haven't reviewed them yet, but they are coming, trust me. And I've seen some asking for me to do some more cost-friendly fragrances, so I'm definitely going to be doing some of those. So yeah, if you liked the video, share, like, subscribe. Of course, put in the comments what you think about the fragrance, if you smell it. If you're gonna smell after the review, let me know if you felt my review was somewhat accurate. If you smell, if you got what you expected to smell from the fragrance. Share, like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and I'll be seeing you soon. Love.